Sure, we'll feel a little cooler during the day today. We're down 48 in White Plains, 51 in the city, 53 in Newark. Temperature-wise, we're not going to budge too much farther from where we are right now. But there are the clouds. So far, no showers. We may get a couple to kind of sneak in through the morning hours and then finally dip to the south and out of the area. But the clouds really aren't going to go with it. So it's a fairly gray day today. 47 by later on this morning. Again, put the umbrella away, I'd say, after noontime. And then by tonight, still cloudy, still temperatures in the 40s after highs just in the low 50s. And by tomorrow morning, we're already going to be tracking the next round of precipitation. So we'll talk more about that in a second. But let's get everybody out and about on this Friday morning. What's going on, Adele?
Oh, we've got a couple of slowdowns already.
It's madness when you have a temperature map that looks like this. Playing the game, find the front. This is always played when it's easy, right? Just follow the colors. And it's incredible to see that boundary right here on one side, Little Rock, 72 degrees, with Wichita down in the low 40s on the other side of it. We're right in between where the boundary's trying to come through. And while it's cooler to the north, we still have temperatures that are in the 60s as close as D.C. and Philadelphia. But it's also enough, this boundary, to produce some showers along it. And we could see that continue in the next few hours across, say, central and south Jersey. Nothing terribly heavy, and it'll continue to push south during the day today. But it's serving as a train track, too, for our next big storm system. This area of low pressure really winding up across the Great Lakes and the Northeast as we get into Saturday. So everything that goes along with it, the rain, the wind, east winds, by the way, 10, 20 miles per hour plus, could also lead to some minor coastal flooding as we get into Saturday and Sunday. So that's something else that we'll watch as a part of this storm system. And then a couple waves that'll be moving through during the week. So it's kind of unsettled over the next week and a half. As far as weekend travel goes, of course, Saturday is going to be a mess really all across the region. But you see where we're at by Sunday, sunnier, warmer, and in the case in our area, quite a bit warmer. So the payoff is the second half of the weekend. All right, let's get you through today because we have a little bit going on today as well. Just some clouds for now. 50 degrees at Central Park. I was talking about that boundary just dipping enough that we'll dip into the mid 40s through the later part of the morning, stick with the cloud cover, and high temperatures today into the low 50s. By tonight, still mostly cloudy, and it's by this time tomorrow morning that we'll start to watch the precipitation move in, likely before sunrise. And we're talking even areas to the north and west, a little bit of a wintry mix in there. Nothing that'll be, slowing you down completely, but just something to be aware if you're going to be on the roads early. Periods of rain for most, even a thunderstorm possible. This system has it all. And those gusty winds, of course, it is out of here by Sunday night. So this is what it looks like when you wake up tomorrow morning. The bulk of that rainfall coming during the midday and into the afternoon. That's when we could see those thunderstorms. And again, out by Saturday night. Shows why we've got to keep that umbrella handy, at least for the next few hours. This is the boundary that's stretched across our area, just enough as like sort of a little train track of showers and trying to get going through portions of western New Jersey, maybe a sprinkle at this point. Otherwise, again, cloudy skies, 48 degrees at Central Parks, 38 in Poughkeepsie, 48 in Islip. We'll dip into the 40s in the city the next couple of hours and staying cloudy by 4 p.m. back up into the low 50s, but that's about as good as it gets. And then by 10 o'clock, still dry, still cloudy, and in the upper 40s. So kind of a cool day ahead. All right, let's see how cool that morning drive is. My guess is with some yellows and oranges out there, not so great.
Yes, so red usually means it's
Maria LaRosa here with the weather.
And looking at cloudy skies right now and through most of the day, and cooler than yesterday. We head to Valhalla. We have 51 today. It's rain and 40s and wind tomorrow, but a nice turnaround to end the weekend and start next week, but already watching that next wave of rainfall. So timing that out for you coming up in the 10-day.
All right, thanks.
Heading into the weekend and maybe even more than that. Yeah, we're looking at even a wintry mix at the start of all this as we head into tomorrow. So thinking about Saturday, it is going to be a chilly rain for most of us. And yes, even by the afternoon, we could be looking at thunderstorms. This one has all of it, right? Gusty winds too, right out of the east, 20 to 30 miles per hour. That's going to add to that raw feeling all day. Here's the good news though, by Saturday night, it's out. We're definitely going to salvage the end of the weekend. It's riding a train track. You can see where that track is. This is a boundary, a front that's been draped through our area the last day or so. It gave us some of those showers yesterday. It's trying to dip to the south today, and we could see a spotty shower early on across central and south Jersey. Otherwise, everything really begins to ramp up tomorrow. That that area of low pressure strengthens, deepens. That's the wind power behind it. It does clear in time for Sunday, looking beautiful. We get that bright sky back, but already into next week, we've got a couple of waves that'll be in and out, giving us some more rain chances, but spring showers. So hopefully bringing those spring flowers. And we're looking pretty right now, trying to get those brighter skies in there, looking into Nassau County, Lake Success. 48 degrees now at Central Park, a bit of a breeze. Northwest winds for now at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So adding to that cool feel, you want that jacket. 48 currently at Central Park, but it's 50 at Newark, 48 in Islip. Chillier to the north, Poughkeepsie at 38 degrees. And you can see on the radar there, a few sprinkles trying to get going. Again, those should push to the south later on. So mostly a gray day. We'll see 53 degrees by 5 p.m., upper 40s by 10 o'clock, 42 degrees overnight tonight. Again, those east winds really picking up 10 to 20 miles per hour. Could actually see some minor coastal flooding by Saturday night into Sunday. But again, that impactful weather, the rain and the wind, and that mess moves in. You can see the cloud cover on the radar and satellite picture. It's 48 degrees at Central Park, 41 in Sussex. White Plains, you've dipped into the mid 40s. So is Islip and Merrick in the upper 40s there. You see a little bit of green across eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So we're looking at maybe a chance of a sprinkle or a quick passing shower as that boundary continues to push to the south. So in the meantime, it's going to be a generally gray day and rain free by the afternoon for everyone. 52 degrees by 2 o'clock. We hang in the low 50s during the early evening hours. Still cloudy and dry through most of the overnight, but you can see already by tomorrow morning the start of our next storm system. And it is a chilly rain for most, but I'll show you where we could pick up some of that wintry mix. All right, but first let's get you out the door because it has been a pretty slow go for a lot of folks, Adele.
Yeah, definitely. And one of those big spots being in the Bronx right now on the.
Yeah, and if the kids were dressing for feeling more like April yesterday, which it did, it's definitely feeling like March today. So grab the jackets, maybe a spotty sprinkle or two. But by lunchtime and certainly after school, we remain dry, just gray. We've got a mess of weather. If your kids are headed to the ball field tomorrow, we'll time out that messy system coming up in the 10-day forecast. Or madness of sorts. Want to get you ready for it. So thinking ahead to tomorrow, we've been talking about how the system has it all, a little bit of everything. Yes, maybe even a little bit of a wintry mix, especially early on, especially north of the city. But it's going to be periods of rain, a chilly rain for most, and even an afternoon thunderstorm, even into the evening perhaps too. The conditions are there. Gusty, chilly winds right out of the east. That is going to make it feel raw all day, 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts possible. But it does wrap up by Saturday night, so it bodes well for Sunday. So we've got that going for us. But it's going to ride along this train track. This is a boundary that's focusing those showers right now all the way back into the Central Plains for us. Maybe a shower or two trying to creep to the north over the next few hours as this boundary tries to sink to the south. But then everything comes back at us with this area of low pressure tomorrow. Again, it's the wind and the rain, and then eventually the sunny skies. Yes, it's that fast. Sunday will be lovely, bright and breezy. But the next week, we have a couple of chances to pick up some more rainfall. So that's how it's going to be as we head into the end of March. Can you believe it? And to early April. All right, so today it's definitely cloudy. We have a chilly 48 degrees with a bit of a breeze right now in the city. Colder, 38 in Poughkeepsie, but still in the 50s from Belmar, near that in Newark and Trenton. But you can start to see some of those showers that may clip the city to the south here over the next few hours. So again, keep the umbrella handy at least through the late morning. Otherwise, gray skies. And you can see that the view from Brooklyn Heights, definitely gray. 53 degrees by 4 o'clock, still near 50 by late tonight. 42 degrees to start tomorrow morning. Again, those west winds now turning to the east. Brisk tomorrow, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, but high temperatures pretty much going to stay in the 40s all day. We do recover nicely for the end of the weekend.